Due to possible harmful extremist content, parental discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of the station, its affiliates, or advertisers. The use of the show is only allowed with the express written permission of the producer and the host. So, get ready for 2 hours of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show starting right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition for May 10th, 2026. And boy, do we have a show for you tonight. I guess let's just dive into the big story. It finally happened, folks. Aliens are real. Doc, we got aliens, man. It's a real thing. What's up, Doc? How you been?
I'm good. I'm waiting for the aliens to come pick me up. I'm supposed to go on a ride. We're going to go do a tour around the world. We're going to stop off at a couple spots. But of course, what they've shown us so far has mostly been flares and misidentified military aircraft. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm waiting for the ride. Once they get here to pick me up, I'm good to go.
Yeah. It's like a little white dot flying over some random city in the world somewhere. And I don't know, that weird like star-shaped thing. Like it looked like a kaleidoscope or something.
Yeah. I think that was a flare or something. It was like on a parachute or something. I don't know. I don't even know why they would release that other than to just confuse people for the sake of confusing people.
I was watching some streamer who, put up a video, a little segment of his stream about this, and he was like, "Oh my God, what is that? Look at this thing! Oh my God." Oh my God, what are we seeing? This is history, guys. And I'm like, what? It's a little dot. It's like a star thing going across. Like, what? I don't know, man. I don't get it.
I really don't either. The amount of people that believe the government all of a sudden when it comes to aliens that don't believe them any other time is pretty amazing.
Yeah. It's, there's 200 billion stars in the galaxy, right? In the Milky Way. 200 billion. And most of them are many light years away from each other. You know? And light is the fastest that anything can travel in the universe, right? So you're talking about vast, vast distances that even at the speed of light would take thousands of years to cover. Millions of years to cover. You know? It's like the big thing about aliens is just the universe is so big that even if they're out there and even if they're incredibly advanced, they're still, it could take them a million years to get here.
And if they have the abilities to do other things like bend space-time and appear and disappear at will from our existence, I don't think that anything we do is really all that important to them. Like if they're that far ahead of us technologically, unless something that they reveal is like, these are actually just energy beings that have lived on this planet forever. Now that might be something new and exciting to talk about. But like all the alien stuff, I don't get it either.
Yeah, and now we're like touching on sort of the aliens and demons sort of realm. You know what I mean? Are they aliens at that point, or are they demons or angels, or what are they, right? If they're coexisting with us in some different dimension that runs parallel, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the science of it is interesting. And when I was younger, I was kind of a big sci-fi nerd and really into aliens. But the older I got, the more the government would say things like, "Oh yeah, there's this," and we see, the more the government got okay with saying that there was something that they could unidentify in the sky, the more I was like, wait a minute. I don't know. Sounds like you guys are making up stories. It's just so hard to believe that something that the government doesn't know about, like they don't know what it is, that they're going to tell anybody about it. I just don't believe that. It makes them seem too weak.
And I don't know. I mean, there's ways they could be communicating and whatnot. I've seen, examples where they say this, the alien sort of their spirit traveled, used that body as like they kind of manufactured it and moved into it, sort of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And folks, I don't believe it. I don't know. I mean, if we start seeing technologies come out that are just mind-boggling, you know what I mean? Next level stuff. And I don't think like AI is next level per se. It is next level, but it's been predicted as coming. You know, the first time we saw a computer, we knew this was coming. AI, right?
Right.
I mean, Space Odyssey 2001. When was that made? In the 70s?
Yeah, 78, I think, something like that. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, AI, HAL, right? It's right there.
Yep. You know, Star Trek had their talking computer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, these are all sort of predictives of AI, yet it wasn't a leap to make. You know what I mean? It's not a leap. Whereas if we start having, hovercrafts tomorrow, you give you shoes and you put them on and suddenly you're flying around the room. Okay, now that's revolutionary. That came out of nowhere. Right?
Yeah, exactly. That would be something far more concrete, evidence-wise, for sure.
Yeah, that comes out of nowhere, that no one's expecting this, and yet here it is, and holy cow, it changed everything. I guess, like the microwave, when that came out, I was pretty blown away by it.
But if we got something like some sort of new fuel source, like maybe all of a sudden they announced like a helium-3 rockets or something like that, or there was some anti-gravity technology that they announced, then I would be a lot more convinced. But we'll see what happens. Apparently though, like Mark was saying before the show, there was quite a bit of stuff in there that wasn't known, historical stuff about the space race and the flights that we have done into space that were in there that should be interesting for the Rockophiles, the people interested in space travel.
Yeah. Show me a big city on the far side of the moon, right? Then I get really interested. I'm like,
oh, I'll be super excited for that. That would be cool.
But anyway, moving on from that, let's talk about the real huge news. And folks, if you live in the UK, you don't even know aliens. The U.S. government admitted aliens are real. What? No. They don't even care. They are on cloud 9 in London, in the UK. The election this last week went amazing. I mean, it was historic beyond anyone's imagination. I mean, I won't say anyone's, but any reasonable expectations for this were Reform. Nigel Farage Reform Party picked up 1,349 seats. Okay? They had like 6 of them. I want to say 2. Yeah, 2. They had 2 seats before this.
Yeah.
Right? Now they have 1,349. Labour, which is the party of Keir Starmer, lost 1,193 seats.
Yeah.
The Conservative Party, the Rhino Party, right? Think of them like the rhinos. They lost 428 seats.
Yeah.
The Green Party won 376 to get to 568 seats. The Green Party it's funny, you think green, you think environment, but it's not. It's the party of Muslims and college students.
Yes. The green no longer stands for green policies. It stands for the green of the Islamic flag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Precisely. Nothing to do with green policies. It's the Islamic green. And I mean, they're putting out ads in Arabic in London and in the heart of England and different cities. They're putting Arabic ads out for election campaigns.
Yep. I think the Restore got a bunch of seats as well with their local affiliate, the Great Yarmouth. And,
exactly.
So it's really completely shaken up UK politics. This was like their midterms, if I understand it correctly.
As I understand it as well. But they don't vote for Keir Starmer. the prime ministers elect, whoever they want. So they form coalitions because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parties here at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, they form coalitions, and then they whenever you get a majority of all the people together, you appoint a leader, you write the laws, you do everything. Once you get that coalition, you run the government. Yeah. But this made it real hard. I mean, Labor's down to just over 1,000 seats, 1,051 seats, whereas Reform has 1,400. Lib Dems have 832. You put those Lib Dems and Labor together, and you got a coalition. But you put Conservatives with 785 seats together with Reform, now you're looking at over 2,100, a much bigger party, right? But then Labor and Lib Dems will probably pull in the Green Party as well to counter that. And then, there you go. Now you got your majority, which means Keir Starmer, he was appointed, when he won his election, it's 5 years, right?
Yeah.
5 years. So he's 2 years into it in July. And he ain't going anywhere. He said quite openly, this means nothing to me. I am sticking at, why would I give up the reins of the country to dangerous people at such a, important time? And they swear up and down that, it's going to be a little pain at first, then it's going to get better really fast. Right? That's Labor's whole thing. That, bite the bullet for a while, folks. It's going to hurt, but then it's going to be awesome. Just give us time. We need more time.
I don't know. I think Labor is going to try to push Keir out because Keir is so bad for them. He has such a bad reputation with the public that they may try to push him out with this new coalition that they can see bubbling up. They may work with some people behind the scenes and try to get him out. I've heard that is quite a possibility. But then again, he may have the loyalties of the deep state in England. If he has the loyalties of the deep state in England, there's no way that they're going to let him go down without a fight.
Yeah, what does the king want to happen?
Right,
really,
exactly.
Talk about the deep state. It's the king.
Yeah. Well, his minions, the king's minions. Yeah.
Yeah, the king. I would love to have been in the room with him and Trump. Because I'm sure he was like, oh yeah, we want a strong relationship like we've always had, and yada yada. We're America and England. There's no better allies, and it's like, yeah, well, you guys are kind of going down the wrong road. You're locking people up for speech. You claim you have free speech, but you don't. Right? Your country's going down. Yeah, it's like we don't share values with you anymore. We've been hearing this from, different people in our administration. J.D. Vance famously last year in Munich said, why would we call you an ally when we don't share any values anymore? You used to be about freedom, and you're not anymore. Now you're about totality and control, and just why would we go to war to defend you, especially if the other side of the war is actually looking for, freedom? I mean, Poland and Germany, whose side are you on?
Yeah, it's difficult to work with England when they behave in a way that is antithetical to their traditions, because that is basically the birthplace of America, and we're we claim to be a capitalist country. That's debatable, but we like capitalism, freedom of speech, good trade negotiations and deals, and there's just nobody interested in working with Donald Trump in power in England. Nobody. And it seems to be that their desire is to get back in the good graces of the EU. And I don't know why they would want to go down that miserable communist road, but it seems like they're very much intent on doing so.
Yeah, and I don't get it. I don't know why. Their people have voted against this stuff too, time and time again.
Over and over.
And yet they've been just ignored and run over, like you say, and just completely ignored. The will of the people means nothing over there. And this is what you get. You know what I mean? This is what you get.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I'm happy for him, for sure.
Next weekend on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, we have the Unite the Kingdom rally, which is going on in London, featuring one of our, the legends out there. Somebody I'd love to have on the show one day is Tommy Robinson.
Yeah, he's been a force. He's been fighting this for a long time.
Yeah, I've been watching him for 15 years now. He's been just doing it right in the front lines. He's gone to jail several times over principles,
Yep. Standing up for the English rights.
Yeah, over garbage, trumped up crap. That, Piers Morgan would swear up and down that it was legitimate, sentencing, and that he should have, in fact, been put in solitary confinement for, a year straight, Yeah. Just ridiculous stuff. It's frightening to see. And then to see a guy like Piers Morgan just suck it up and say, yeah, no, everything's fine. There's no problem here. I don't see it. Do you see it? I don't see it.
With blinders on as he walks down the street?
Yeah, to his he doesn't walk down the street, by the way. He's in his Rolls Royce in the back seat going to his mansion behind gates.
Very true. Very true.
From his studio to his mansion, he gets delivered all his foods and everything. He probably has private chefs. It's the guy lives in a bubble. He doesn't know what the price of gas is.
Yeah, and England and the rest of Europe are getting trounced even worse than we are with that. So it's they have the levels of taxation they have, and the green policies make fuel so expensive over there that there's a possibility of them having a fuel crisis this summer.
Yeah, I think in the UK they pay about $8.50 a gallon.
Yeah.
Which makes California seem like a nice cheap place to go buy a big, F-350 and drive it around for fun.
Yeah, it's crazy how expensive fuel is in England, especially considering they have so much oil off their coast. I mean, they could have transitioned away from the coal industry to the oil industry and kept chugging along with being a world energy power, but they chose not to. They chose the whole climate cult thing.
Well, they chose to buy it all from Russia, basically.
Yeah.
Half of Europe just said, hey, we don't need energy. Let's just buy it all from Russia and see how that works. Remember when Trump laughed at them Trump scolded them out at the UN, and all the delegates from Germany just laughed? They were laughing at him when he predicted exactly what was about to happen.
Wonder if they're laughing now that the AfD party is set to take the majority in their local district.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, those guys were from Germany, but the same thing's happening all over Europe, folks. This is not isolated. That's why it's so cool to cover this, because it's showing what's happening on the ground in these places that have just been, crapped on by their government.
Yeah.
Country after country over there just doesn't care. Spain's about to rise up, man.
Yeah, they better.
Mm-hmm. And I was reading how Libya, I guess, is warning Greece how there's like 1 million people over there that are waiting to cross the Mediterranean. And a lot of them are headed for Greece. Obviously, that's their first stop, and then they push on north, and, many of them keep going until they get to England. But, yeah.
That's, well, I mean, that's probably from all the conflict going over there in Syria, huh? All the refugees and whatnot, and Lebanon, and
yeah. Well, this is just at Northern Africa, right? Libya, which is just always a magnet. You know what I mean? Northern Africa is just everyone there is a refugee.
Oh yeah,
if you want to,
And then Somalia is also in conflict. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny. They talk about, people don't get what's going on in England. It is not about illegal immigrants over there. There are illegal immigrants who came over on boats, but the vast, vast, vast majority are refugees. They're there on refugee protection status, right? In a system that never gets to them, that never says, are you an official refugee or are you not? And that's where reform can step in and just start saying, look, if you're from these countries, you're not a refugee. Why are you a refugee from Egypt? Or from, a million countries.
Yeah.
Like, go home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've discovered fraud over there in England, just like they discovered here. What they discovered over in England was that they are coaching them to say they're gay and trans to get their asylum status.
All right, prove it.
Right? Like, well, we're going to need you to prove this.
Yeah. Get on your knees. Here's some knee pads. Let's show us what you got, man. Show us what you got.
Yeah. I think that would get rid of at least a quarter of them.
Just sit back and think of the king. Do it for the king, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's a thing. Now, this coincidentally with this Unite the Kingdom rally that's coming up next week, about a half a dozen or so people who were invited to speak at this rally had their passports held. You know, basically they were denied entry to the UK. Sent letters saying, "Hey, you can't come in. Too bad, so sad. Gosh, that was a nice rally you were planning. Too bad you can't make it." And it's kind of like you're that afraid of people speaking their mind that you're just going to deny people access. And some of these people, Joey Marinara was one of them. He's like, I go to England like 4 times a year for the last decade and more. And I lived there for a while. And all of a sudden I can't go to England anymore. What did I do? What happened? What did I say? Nothing, buddy. It's not what you said. It's a future crime. It's what you're going to say or what you might say that makes them fearful of you. You know? Yep. And that just shows you how weak they are when they can't even allow their political opponents to speak. You know you're on the wrong side of history at that point.
Oh yeah, I think they're well aware that they're the bad guys, and they're just going ahead with it anyway. They're just bearing down and going straight for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny, right? Keir Starmer, I'm not going to step down. I can't abandon England in a moment of need. You know, it's going to get ugly. They're going to demand he be put down, you know, or not put down, but taken out, taken off of his seat.
Right. Some may demand the other. We'll see.
Yeah. And, then that sets up a natural sort of a situation where Nigel Farage could very well is likely to be the next prime minister, if all goes well, you know. Let's give it back over to him and make some policies in England that actually make sense. Now, in theory, again, I was looking at these numbers, and there is a majority. If Labour, Lib Dems, and Green get together, they've got a majority there. And then there's 279 seats that are other. I imagine many of those are far left as well. Maybe even further left, right? So they'll, still have control over who's in that seat. And it will likely be somebody worse. If history has shown us anything, when we lose Lori Lightfoot in Chicago, we get a mayor, Brandon Johnson is his name, I think.
Yeah.
They find someone worse. You know, we thought Biden was bad, and then they put Kamala in his place. They anointed her the queen.
It does seem that they always go worse, doesn't it?
How? How is it possible?
They do, though.
Yeah. New York had a pretty bad, mayor, and then they got Mamdani in there.
Yeah, I bet you they would take Adams back in a heartbeat at this point.
Right? I would. I mean, it just makes sense. Holy cow. People are leaving New York in droves. It's, it's still New York. It'll still be New York for a very long time, but it won't be what it could be. You know? All the construction, all that stuff just kind of comes to an end, and you just end up with a stagnant city that doesn't really have much growth in its future other than the growth in fraud and Medicaid and crime and growth in all the things you don't want, you know?
Yeah. It seems like they're headed for another 70s downturn in New York when it got real bad and crime ridden. And that'll usually clean things up. That'll convince enough people to vote for somebody that'll do something, and then they'll, like a Rudy Giuliani or something like that, and they'll come in and sweep things up and clean it up. But it'll take a few years, and it'll be bad.
I'd take an 85-year-old Rudy Giuliani today over Mamdani any day of the week, even if he's running this whole administration from a hospital bed.
You know, I can honestly say most New Yorkers that left New York would probably agree. The ones that stayed, though, I don't know if they would be too down with that. There's a lot of it's wild how crazy things have changed in New York City.
Yeah, it is. It's it's a lot of political stuff, but I mean, we can get into that now, I guess. I had wasn't necessarily going to transition quite so early, but we've got what's his name? The hedge fund guy. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and read headlines here at the same time. Ken Griffin, yes, is pretty ticked off. And he had an interview the other day where he said, look, when we left Chicago, it was 50-50 whether we'd go to Miami or New York. You know? And now he's like, it's so clear. It's so clear. I can quote him here. Now, what Mayor of New York has made clear to my partners, and principally my New York partners, is that we need to double down on our bet in Miami because we want to be in a state that embraces business, embraces education, embraces personal freedom and liberty, and that embraces people having opportunity to live the American dream, a dream of earned success, not a dream of distributive handouts that leave people dependent on government for their lives and their livelihoods in a way that takes away their dignity and honor. We've seen a mass exodus of business leadership from California to Texas and Florida. Mamdani's making it very clear New York doesn't want success, Griffin added. He's like, we're not looking at New York anymore. And some of the projects that he was slated to do, he's got a midtown high-rise he's about to start building, and it's very much up in the air right now whether that will proceed. And with it, thousands and thousands of jobs.
Yeah.
But Mamdani went out in front of his house in a campaign ad and named him by name. Heck, it wasn't even a campaign ad. It was sort of a PR stunt, that just backfired miserably. It was no need for him to do that whatsoever. Named him personally and said, we're going to go after these people and tax them on any apartment worth over $5 million, I think. They're going to put a tax on it if you don't live there full time. If you just have an apartment in New York City, they want to tax it, I imagine, very significantly. 1% a year, 2%, who knows? Enough, though, where people will say, oh, gosh, New York is not a good place to park money in real estate anymore. I'm out. So suddenly a lot of these places go on the market. And guess what? When a lot of these things flood the market, prices start dropping pretty significantly. And $5 million in the real estate, market in New York City is not a lot of money, right? No. We're talking like 2, maybe 3-bedroom apartment.
And that's like, that's not a great apartment either. It's a livable apartment for a family, and but you're not doing great. You're not in the best neighborhoods.
No, it doesn't have a Park Avenue address. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to have a view of much of anything but in that, building next door. And you may or may not have cockroaches.
Yep. Yeah. And it's another thing that's, you got the commercial real estate side as well, which is a lot of buildings built for a very specific purpose that aren't being used. The real estate market in New York City is going to get real squirrely real fast with Mamdani in there.
Well, and it never really bounced back from COVID in the way that, they were hoping for. Because people found out that, hey, I can work from my home in Long Island and not have to commute in every day. And guess what? Nobody notices. It's all, just as good. So I don't need, buildings, they don't need to spend that crazy amount of rent every month to be in downtown New York when everything's just online nowadays, And hey, man, it's all that money just goes to the bottom line if you don't really need that expensive office downtown. And people don't really need to spend an hour and a half each way commuting,
And then all that foot traffic disappears, and then that trickles down to the shops and the sandwich place, and COVID was a disaster, but Mamdani is going to probably push it all the way over the edge. I'm concerned that New York is going to have a major real estate bubble pop.
And I swear to God, I've said it before on the show, Mamdani will say, look what I did. Look what I did. I made housing affordable.
Yep.
I mean, it'll still be, that $5 million condo will still be $2.5 million for a 2-bedroom. But hey, guess what? It's that much more approachable.
Yeah. And he will. Those guys will. They love taking credit for blowing stuff up.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Look what I did to real estate, folks. It's affordable now. What used to be $4,000 a month is now $2,000 a month, and it's the same place. It's a little bit more stabby downstairs nowadays. You might want to, step over some bums and watch out for needles on the ground. But other than that,
make sure you're in by sundown.
Yeah, exactly. That's nice in the day. Very safe in the day. This is one of the safer neighborhoods during the day. Of course, don't go outside at night.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that time in New York City again. I remember as a kid, I was real young. We went to New York City to see the Statue of Liberty and all that fun stuff, that you do when you're a kid on 4th of July. And it was pretty rough then. And this was, in the 90s, early 90s, before it got really nice. And I can't imagine it being like back to the 70s again, where there's just empty buildings falling down and the garbage piling up on the streets again. But I think they're headed there. I don't know. I hope not, but I don't have much faith
on the street. We just saw that during the snowstorms.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
They literally just waited for it to get warm and said, "Hey, we got rid of the snow. What do you think?" Yeah, it's called springtime, dude.
Exactly. Same thing he did. He's going to do with the housing when the prices fall out. Like, look at what we did. We got rid of it.
Yeah, it's affordable now. The rent's not too damn high. We all remember that guy. What was his name? That's such a blast from the past. You probably don't remember. Like I don't. But the rent is too damn high.
Oh, I don't. It's in the back of the brain. It tingles something, but it doesn't quite catch.
Yeah. But he won't be complaining anymore. The rent is no longer too damn high. It's just because everything's crime-ridden and nobody can afford to live there, and all the jobs are gone, and yada yada. And then, what do they do with some of these office buildings? I've seen projects where they want to turn them into residential by creating sort of like communal areas. Like every floor would be one community. You'd have a shared bathrooms and shared kitchen and things like that, and then everyone would have their own sort of bedroom around the exterior.
That sounds terrible, especially in New York City.
Oh yeah, all of a sudden somebody comes in there and they're like Mr. Gang, like tattooed up with MS-13, and now you work for them.
Yep. Well.
Uh-huh.
And then you get, I did also see some plans that they plan on turning some of them into data centers in the city.
In the city. Oh, there you go. That's smart.
Yeah. That idea I could see for a commercial building. They got all those commercial hookups and everything. I could see that. But the residential thing, I unless the prices drop down to what Portland's selling them for, 7 cents on the dollar, then I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, what's that big flagship building in Portland that we always kind of bring up?
Oh, the Big Pink, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that it's this huge tower all high-rise apartments, and like the was supposed to be the cream of the crop, view of the bridges, view of the river, and it's completely empty and went bankrupt, and now they sold it. I think that one sold for the most. I think that one sold for 23 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, it was like $100 and some $million building in the last sale, and it went for what, like 20?
Yeah.
Or 23? Yeah, it just was, a massive, massive loss. And when you're talking about real estate, you're typically talking about leveraged investments. You know what I mean? You put up 10, 20, 30% and finance the rest of it. So whatever they put up, gone, and they're in debt to the bank now for, another $50 million on top of it.
Well, unless of course they went ahead and cut it all up and chopped up that loan and sold it to somebody like your retirement funds, folks. Mm-hmm. A lot of retirement funds have commercial real estate debt in them.
Yeah. A friend of mine just recently bought a car, and he did it on, we got a loan for it, obviously. And he was asking me how to get in contact with the people that hold his loan. And I'm like, dude, that thing has been diced and sliced 5 ways to Sunday by now. Like, you bought the car a week ago, dude. That thing's got, your loan's got more mileage on it than the car does.
Very true. Very true. That was the big thing back in 2008 when they told all the veterans that not to leave their homes unless they produced a valid copy of the the property deed. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the banks didn't have the property deeds because they chopped up the loans and sold the loans, and so they couldn't prove that they were the rightful owner of the property. And I think we're going to probably run into a situation like that again.
Interesting. How do you see that coming?
Well, you're chopping up all these loans into investment portfolios, and then there's no evidence because it's a loan split into a dozen different investment vehicles. Mm-hmm. They have no way of confirming who actually holds the deed. And because it transfers through so many hands that the deed just is kind of lost in the paperwork. Happened on a lot of those houses in 2008. A lot of people were able to keep their homes because they couldn't produce the deeds.
Interesting. Yeah, if anyone's ever seen the movie The Big Short, it's kind of what you're talking about. Yeah.
Or Margin Call is another one.
Yep, Margin Call. That was a phenomenal movie. Wow. Both those movies were really good. Just like taking a boring situation like that and turning it into something that riveting is pretty impressive.
Yeah, they were very well made movies considering the topic.
Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of, we got a couple minutes before we go to break. Animal Farm just came out, a new remake of Animal Farm, where capitalism is the bad thing, not socialism or communism. So George Orwell, we'd been reading and studying Animal Farm wrong all these years, your whole life. If you thought Animal Farm was about communism, you were wrong. It's about the perils of capitalism.
No, it's not.
Oh,
this movie might be, but Animal Farm.
The movie definitely is.
Yeah, I saw that. There was a big to-do about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course the critics love it, the people hate it. Go figure. And on the other side of the coin, there's another movie that came out, Michael Jackson's biography, which the critics hated and the people loved it. And they hated it because they didn't get into all the pedophile stuff. They didn't make Michael Jackson look like a monster. It was just a celebration of him and his music up to, a certain point in his career.
Yeah, well, first of all, if we've learned anything about the media over the last 10 years, we should know that a lot of the stuff about Michael Jackson was probably made up. Mm-hmm. There's a group of people who are very interested in making Michael Jackson look like a horrible human being. I don't know why. I don't understand it. And as far as I can tell, I haven't dug into it too much, but he didn't do anything to actually warrant the accusations. Like, yes, he was an oddball, but there, like, no child that is actually stayed friends with him, like Macaulay Culkin, for example, they stayed friends his entire life, and he was like, nothing like that ever happened.
Yeah, Corey Feldman said the same thing. Like, it's just ridiculous, like never. But anyway, we got to go to break, folks. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, and we'll be right back after these messages.
All right, we're on radio break.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah, that Michael Jackson story. It's wild how the media it ran with so much stuff that was unfounded, unproven, like very much like what they did with Trump and this last campaign run he had with the what was her name, Jean Pierre or whatever it is, not Jean Pierre, the other one,
Carol something.
Yeah, Carol.
Jean Carol.
Yeah. Like it was very much along those lines, from what I understand. It's like, okay. Somebody
and
said
she doesn't
something.
remember what year it was, anything. Just remembers that it happened at with the Bergdorf or something.
Yeah.
And which is, I don't know. It's like saying the most famous person in the entire city came in there, and there's no witnesses, no nothing, nobody saw anything. It just happened.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, once the media has it out for you, especially back then. Once the media had it out for you, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no internet to back you up,
Yeah. You either spent your entire rest of your life and all the money you had trying to defend yourself, or you just recused yourself from public life.
Now, in 10, 15 years from now, are they going to be talking about P. Diddy in the same way?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, a lot of stuff that P. Diddy did was really gross. But most everything I can tell was all between adults, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it seems like to me, they just wanted his stash, so they'd have some blackmail on some people. They wanted to get his stash before he released anything. That's what it seems like to me. The way they targeted him and let him run forever and
he had cameras everywhere in that house.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where's all those video camera copies and DVDs that we know he made? Oh, the FBI's still in possession of them. How interesting.
Like Epstein Island, I imagine everything on there was filmed.
Oh, there's pictures of the cameras. You can go look at pictures of his houses, and there's cameras in every corner of every room.
Mm-hmm.
Where are all those tapes?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if you ever watch any of those, like, yacht tours, where they go on a yacht and just walk you through it and show you what it's about.
I have seen them, yes.
And there's, like, cameras everywhere, man. If you own, like, a massive yacht, you better trust your captain and your crew. Because there's no secrets on a yacht.
Yeah. That's why they get paid so much.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you want to, like, take your wife up to the top deck and have sex up there, it's like, okay, guys, turn off camera 3.
Yep. That's what I always say, though, about security teams and things like that. Like, the rich people don't have bunkers. Their security teams do. Because,
Yeah.
That's the people really running your life.
30 seconds, guys. Well, actually less.
Hi, Blue. I hear you. You need water?
How's our Blue doing tonight?
She's doing good. She's, shitting, but,
okay, hold on here. 3, 2, 1, and you're live right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show for Sunday night, May 10th, 2026, and we're getting into it. It's funny, we were talking about the Michael Jackson new movie before we went to break and through the break, And yeah, it's an interesting. You were bringing up, Doc, how like all the real famous people that were very good friends with him have all come out and said nothing happened. You know, it was they saw nothing. It to in any way, shape, or form lead them to believe that he was the weirdo that the press made him out to be. And why not? The mainstream media, heck, they've been lying to us about everything for our whole lives. You know.
Yeah. And that's it. It seems like we said during the break, if the media wanted to crush you back then, there was nobody to stand up for you. They could just do it. They could say things and do things, and you had to defend yourself with money and lawyers. But there was no massive campaign to expose the truth like we get with the internet today.
Mm-hmm. Or in Michael Jackson's case, you just put out a new album and it sells 1 trillion copies, and you're the hero again. But
yeah.
You know, folks, if you want to see a movie that just celebrates Michael Jackson's life, I hear that that's phenomenal. I hear it's just a great movie, and it's doing gangbuster at the theaters. I think it's for biopics, it's like the #1 movie of all time now.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, which I mean, it needed to cross like I think 260 million or something like that, but it did it with ease. You know, so. Yeah. Interesting stuff. It's always fun to see something like that. Because, I mean, you know, it's Michael Jackson. At the end of the day, the dude could write some music, man.
You know? And he had a beautiful voice, too. Like, the guy could sing. For sure.
But, I mean, yeah, he's getting in your head. He's staying there. And those beats are just going to roll with you everywhere you go, you know?
Yep. He definitely was the king of pop. I mean, I don't know anybody who doesn't like at least one Michael Jackson song.
Oh, no. I mean, if they don't, they're not being honest with you. You know, they're just not being honest. I like heavy metal, man. I'm a hair guy.
Yeah, but don't tell me you don't jam out to some Billie Jean.
Yeah, or Alien Ant Farm's version of, what is it, Smooth Criminal?
Yeah, that's a good version. I
mean, if you're into metal and rock, that's it. That's it for you, man. If you don't like that song, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Don't know if I can trust your opinion on music if you don't like that song.
There you go. Way to put it. So let's see here. I guess we'll touch on Iran a little bit. Trump is gonna be blowing them out of the water here very soon. You know, he thought they were close to peace, yada, yada. They come out and say no. Then they start trying to, you know, shoot at some of our ships, which, like, I don't know. Have you ever gone up to the side of a battleship with, like, a slingshot? And you take a marble, and as hard as you can, you just shoot it at the side of a battleship? It's going to bounce off. It's not going to do anything. Which
True, the battleships are safe. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, they're trying to shoot, you know, at some. They've got a bunch of speedboats that are rolling around out there. And again, I mean, if you've ever been in like a ski boat on the water having fun on a Saturday, and you think about the size of a battleship, it's just ridiculous. You know, I mean, they're outgunned. They don't have a navy anymore. They've got a bunch of little boats that you could literally put on a car trailer and drive out of there. You know, and park in your front yard until next weekend when you want to use it again. He is pissed. And I think we're about to see some, you know, the next round. We did a few days of them getting, you know, pummeled.
Yeah.
And I think it's about to start happening again.
I know I heard two things today that made me pretty sure that we're going to at least drop some more bombs. Maybe even try to go get the uranium. I don't know about that part, but definitely I think we're going to drop some more bombs. Bibi got called out of a meeting today to take an emergency call with the United States. That was reported by one of the Tel Aviv papers. Mm-hmm. And then Trump shot out a Truth Social post, and it was like, yeah, I don't like this deal. This sucks. And that was it.
Yeah. Well, he needs to pull another rabbit out of his hat where he gets them all in the same room at the same time and just blows up that room.
I don't know if that's going to work. Like I've said this from the beginning. You can't get rid of leadership. You can't get rid of a country's government by bombing them. It can't be done.
Yeah, they keep coming out of the woodwork and filling the void over and over and over again. And they've got the clergy to do it at this point. I mean, how many mosques are in the country? And that's their next resort, is they just go from mosque to mosque and bring, more of the leaders in, and here you go. Now you're on the Supreme Board, and what do you want to do? We all vote to keep up this war and keep fighting until we drag everyone into World War III. And apparently they've been again targeting the UAE even more. And man, Dubai, they're pissed. They're pissed. That's a country that attracts billionaires, like flies on honey. If you've got $1 billion, you've guaranteed been to Dubai, and you've thought hard about buying property there if you haven't already. And yet they are jeopardizing all that. Iran is. And I'm telling you, these people are not going to put up with it. They're not going to just sit there and take it and watch their country get, deemed a no-go zone by wealthy people who just think, hey, I like it, it's great and all, but it's just way too dangerous. No way I can bring my family there. Stuff falling out of the sky, people dying. That's when they got a real problem, man. That's when Iran has a real problem.
No, and I've from what I hear, UAE has started bombing runs on their own to counter these drone attacks. So, I mean, that's Iran's goal, though. They want to drag everybody into this and make it as messy as possible. That's their goal. And so from there, we got to figure out how to stop the bombs back and forth long enough to get some sort of concession deal on the strait. But I just don't know what motivation Iran would have to do so.
Well, that's the thing. They're hemorrhaging money. They have less and less power by the day. Their oil wells now have to be capped because they can't, if you're not drilling oil, you have to cap them. And once you do that, it changes the equation of the well completely forever. And you may not be able to get a fraction of what you could get out of it prior to capping it. Yeah,
there is one other option I think they might be already doing, and that's dumping the oil into the strait.
Oh.
There's a huge oil slick growing off the coast of the Karg Island, and they think they might be intentionally draining some storage into the strait so they can free up more storage so they don't have to do that. Because you're right, they cap those wells 2 to 5 years before they come back online.
Mm-hmm. And wow, man, just no thought for the ramifications of dumping all that oil into the an enclosed body of water that has a strait that's only 11 miles wide that, allows egress and ingress of water into that, the Gulf there.
Yeah.
We talk about Gulf states, we're talking about the Gulf, and the Strait of Hormuz is this choke point there. You're going to dump oil right into the strait, right there. Ecological disaster. You can no longer get fish. All your fish dishes in the Middle East, kiss them goodbye.
Yep. Yeah.
Because these guys had to dump their oil in the ocean.
Yep. Not good. Not good at all.
Well, it's a way to really piss off the neighborhood. They want some coalition. They want some alliance with other, Muslim countries, but they're not getting it. And, they're Shiite. A lot of the other ones are Sunni. They're just not, they think of each other as heretics, infidels.
Yep.
Right? You might as well be a Christian or a Jew at that point if you're not the exact sect that they belong to. That's why they're always fighting in between each other,
Yeah.
It's like the Protestants and the Catholics.
Yeah, only 1,000 years long.
Yeah. Well, the Protestants and the Catholics in Ireland have been going at it for a long time there, too.
This is true. That's true. They've been going at it for a few hundred. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, easily a few hundred years. But, I don't know. It is what it is. We prepare for the worst and pray for the best, right?
Exactly.
And that's, I guess, what we're looking at out there is, I think it's going to settle down sooner than later. I think we'll see the Strait open up, and I think we'll see oil flowing again, and we'll see the prices coming down. We're 2 months away from the 4th of July, more or less.
Yep.
And this summer travel season, Trump's going to want cheap gas. So it is what it is, and he's not going to lose this thing. He has to win it to save face. He's too proud of a man to lose this war. So he's going to win it. And on that note, folks, we're going to go to break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, and we'll be right back after these messages.
All right, we're on radio break.
All right.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, that's
great to have everyone out there listening in tonight.
That's right.
That oil stuff, man. When I heard that, I was like, that is just horrendous. That would be terrible. It'd be such a bad thing. I couldn't have, I hope that's not true. I hope they don't do that, but man, it'd be as bad as the gas leak that we had when they blew up Gazprom.
Well, we're all the environmentalists on this too.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Greens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're out there making campaign ads in Arabic.
Right.
It's wild how that whole scene just kind of disappeared and became anti-Jew, anti-Israel, like just overnight almost. It was just, we're no longer concerned about the environment. Now we're only concerned about Palestine.
Oh yeah,
Greta. Such a weird thing. Yeah.
Greta represents that perfectly.
You won't see Greenpeace in there. They're too.
Nope.
They're too busy up in the North Pacific and places like that.
No.
And that flotilla she was on was some giant floating orgy, apparently.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. And she's like, how come I've never heard anything about this? No one ever knocked on mine to invite me to the orgy.
Right. Well, we'll have to
don't know.
Let's ask Willie when he comes in. Oh no, not Willie. We don't have David. You know, because Hansel would know. He would just go off on it.
Yeah, we're having an orgy later, but don't tell Greta.
Don't tell Greta.
Yeah, no one tell her, because when she shows up to orgy, she's very greedy.
She's not a generous lover.
She's a very greedy lover.
Yeah, with that, we're gonna take and switch rooms.
All right.
We'll be back with hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show Sunday edition. All right, folks, stick around. More to come.
All right.
I bet Willie forgot it's Sunday.
Well, I mean, when you have all that Hanta to worry about,
yeah,
get distracted.
I'm kidding. It's not like we changed clocks or anything this time around, you know.
Catch him off guard with the time change. That's not good. There he is.
Maybe? No.
Oh, wait. No, that's John. Oh, Willie, where are you?
Hey, now I gotta take and I Mother's Day.
It's true. It is Mother's Day.
No. Or no, I'm not even going to say it. It was said earlier. It was said earlier by David. Oh, there he is. Look out, cats, dogs, and kids, Kurt climbers and crumb beggars. It's Willie.
Hi.
Hello, sir.
How y'all doing tonight? Come on.
Good.
Hey, tonight in the show, for a change, dude, I'm gonna introduce you, Doc, instead of Willie, and we're gonna talk about football.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, don't you think that's getting old, man? That's getting old. Old, man.
It would be worse if you introduced me.
We could talk about comics.
Yeah, there we go. Comics.
There you go.
Of course, Willie's preferential to those adult comics.
No, man. Hey, Hot Rod Magazine.
Hot Rod, Carcraft.
Figure out how to soup up my Pinto, man.
In Hemmings
Watch
Magazine.
out. Just drop a V8 in the back of that Pinto. Put it right in the trunk.
Willie, how you been, man? You had a good week?
Yeah, man. Life is good. Got us some chickens, and Kimberly built them a chicken pen, and we're going to raise some more chickens.
Nice.
Chickens are about aggravating, though. All the money we got into them, we'll never get out of them in eggs. They'll pay for themselves in about 2 or 3 years.
Dude, that is a theme I hear all the time.
And then when you get chickens, then you want more chickens, and then that's more money.
Uh-huh.
Well,
that is true.
What kind of rooster do you have?
We ain't getting no roosters. No roosters. I hate roosters. I can't stand a rooster. And if I do get a rooster, I'm going to take Velcro and put it around his neck to where he can't crow. Did you know that a rooster, he tilts his head up? And the reason he tilts his head up when he crows, because it closes up his eardrums. A rooster can't hear himself crow.
Well, that explains a lot.
That's why they're a-holes.
Yeah. That does explain a lot.
Hey, that's true, man. If you don't believe me, just ask me. I'll tell you. But no, you can put Velcro around their neck to keep them from crowing.
Interesting. We always just chopped the head off and ate them.
Well, you ought to get some bees.
If you want to breed chickens, man, they ain't very good with the heads chopped off.
Well, I mean, you give them one season, you know.
Hey, man, did you hear about that chicken? They kept that chicken alive for years, and that chicken didn't have no head. No, it's true, man. It went around different circuses and fairs and everything, and they'd feed it with an eyedropper through its neck to keep it alive. True story, man.
That's crazy.
Wow, that is. Oh, so Willie, I heard you got crabs.
I got crabs. No, I got octopuses, man.
Octopuses?
Yeah, hey, I looked it up. Did you know an octopus was akin to a snail or a mollusk? I got to thinking, man, I got all the octopuses around here, man. Hey, is that a fish or is that a reptile? Is it a mammal? No, it's a snail.
Dude, they are insane. They're
smart, man.
They've got like 5 different central nervous systems that each operate like kind of independently but all together, you know?
Yeah. Hey, they got like 5 brains, man.
I like when they punch fish for fun. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Just fish will be swimming by and it'll just randomly punch it. Just stupid fish.
Yeah, they're cool. I mean, you can't even keep them as a pet because they're so they're so smart they'll get out of anything.
You know? No, man.
Sell them.
No. No, man. Hey, you got to put a lock on the top.
Keep a lid on the top. Yeah.
Oh, it's shocking what they can get through though. They like the water intake tubes and stuff like that. They can do all kinds of crazy stuff.
No, man. Hey, this is serious.
30 seconds, fellas.
It's been surmised that they are actually from outer space. That they've got alien DNA in them. They got blood, man. Now, how anybody knows what DNA, alien DNA looks like? I don't know, man.
Watch that movie Species, you'll find out.
All right, here's your countdown, guys. 5.
They call that double helix.
4, 3, 2, 1, and you're back live and on the radio side for the second hour right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday Night Edition, Hour 2. And now it's time for the comedy stylings of Willie Lee. Hey, Willie, how are you?
Yeah. Hey, man, I thought you was going to talk about football.
We tricked you.
Hey,
it's called soccer,
man.
Willie.
Yeah, hey. Hey, for all y'all out there in Radio Land don't know, man. Hey, my name is Willie Lee. I run Willie's Worm Farm down in Waldo, Florida, and Willie's Cricket Emporium up in Sandy Run, South Carolina, man. Hey, I sell worm hot dogs and pea jugs, too. Hey, y'all doing all right tonight? Come on.
Doing good, Willie, doing good.
Man.
Yeah. Hey, we got goings on, man. Hey, we got stuff that's happening, man. Hey, y'all know something else? Hey, y'all heard about the hantavirus, man? Hey, it ain't nothing but another joke. Hey, look at here. They trying to pull that same mess that they done with the coronavirus, man. All y'all out there, y'all fixing to fall for it. We fixing to have toilet paper shortages, man. Hey, they gonna bring back the mask, and they gonna bring back the vaccinations, and they're gonna bring back all kinds of stuff, man. Hey, I'm telling you. Hey, we was talking about octopuses, man. Hey, we was talking. I got pet octopuses. Hey, look at him. They can take them octopuses and they can grind them up. And I'm thinking about it. I got me a bunch of octopus, and I got me a new recipe. We talking about the virus and everything, and a lot of these viruses, they're parasites is what they are, man. They ain't really viruses or germs or nothing like that, man. Hey, they're parasites is what they are. Hey, Doc 69, look at him. Hey,
here comes the check again.
Yeah, no, man. Hey, it's a proposition, man. Hey, just a little bit of a cash influx, man. Hey, until Saul Good's a crook. I'm telling you, Saul Good got all my money. True. Hey, and he said, I talked to Saul Good the other day, and he's supposed to be releasing something like $40 or $100 or 40. I don't know what. Hey, but he's gonna give me some money. And I'll pay you back then, man. Hey, but what we're going to do is we're going to start taking these worm hot dogs and we're going to start infusing them with different stuff, man. There's all kind of stuff that you can infuse that kills parasites, man. Hey, y'all write this down.
Like a garlic or something?
Yeah, no, garlic kills parasites.
What about jalapenos?
Kills cayenne peppers, man.
Cayenne peppers. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. I got it all wrote down, man. Hey, y'all write this down. Cloves, raw honey, raw carrots, cayenne pepper, ginger, lemon, wormwood, papaya seeds, pineapple, pumpkin seeds, and garlic. And take all that and mix it up with the worm hot dogs, man, and it kills the parasites from your gut.
I thought you were going to put octopus in there the way you were telling that story. I was ready for octopus worm hot dogs.
Yeah, no, hey, because I'm octopi, octopuses. Hey, they can grow their arms back.
I'm saying.
We can cut the arms off, man. Hey, and we can grind it up too, man, for more protein. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Protein. I'm telling you. Yeah. Hey, I've been studying rising
Sounds
stuff,
like a heck
man.
of an opportunity, Doc.
It is. I'm getting my checkbook out right now.
Yeah, hey, it is, man. I'm telling you. Hey, but I got some more. Hey, Donald Trump, man, he gonna pay. That's what I want to know. Trump is gonna pay all this money for all his renovations and stuff, man. He's already doing the ballroom, and he said it was all gonna be funded privately, and then now it's gonna cost something like $400 million just for the ballroom, and another $1 billion for the security that goes into it, man. Hey, but y'all can look it up. Trump plans to paint the Eisenhower office building. Hey, the Eisenhower office building, he said it should cost $7.5 million. Hey, and he also wants to paint the reflecting pool in Washington, D.C. Hey, and that's going to cost another couple $1,000,000. Hey, I got an idea. Hey, I'm going to get all my monkeys to contract out. How we going to get the monkeys? We're going to get the monkeys to paint the building. Look at him.
Yeah,
Hey, you got to have ideas.
Hey, yeah, you feed them a bunch of FD&C blue number 6, and their pee will come out blue, and they can just pee on the pool.
Yeah, hey, look at him. You got to have ideas, man. Hey, that sounds like a good idea, man. I might have to hire you on for my consulting firm, man. Hey, but I'm serious, man. I'm wondering what Donald Trump is thinking sometimes with all this, man. Every time he turn around, he's sitting there spending more money. We gonna give money over to them people over there in the Middle East, and hey, guess what? We ain't got no money. He's threatening China. China don't care, man. Hey, Donald Trump, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I like Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong, man. Hey, but it's like a matter of, hey, you can do better. I listened to John Kennedy. He was talking about something. He's like, just don't suck. Don't suck so don't suck
not
so
to
much.
suck when the government's in part of it. Like, I mean, if it was just Trump by himself doing some of this stuff, he might be okay. But you get the rest of the government there.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this world. It don't make any sense. Donald Trump, I listened to him. He said I took 3 cognitive.
Willie, all you do is fanboy on Trump. You're his biggest fanboy. I swear. I don't get it. Why do you? I mean, can't you talk about anything else than just how much of a fan you are of Trump and how much you love him and how he's the greatest president ever?
No, I do. Hey, I love Donald Trump, man. Hey, he's like family. I'm telling you. Hey, but y'all got family members out there that suck. Hey, they ain't perfect all the time. Hey, you love them. Hey, you love them. It don't matter what they do. You still love them, man. But then you kind of wonder why they do what they do. Donald Trump said he took 3 he took 3 cognitive tests. He said they was hard. He said I aced them. Hey, y'all, guess what? Hey, a cognitive test should not be hard. It shouldn't be hard. He said he took 3 of them. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm shaking my head. I'm like, Trump. I'm like, Donald, come on, man, do better. I took 3 cognitive tests and they were hard. Those words came out of his mouth.
Okay, Willie. Let me give you an example. You've got 2 doors, right? One always lies, the other one always tells the truth. One of them is death, the other one is life. Right? Which one how do you figure out which one is death and which one's life?
Man, you confusing me, man. You confusing me. Yeah. Hey, Rudy Giuliani, he got out of the hospital, or he's still in the hospital. Hey, he can't afford to pay for his health care, man. Hey, he's trying to. Hey, this is in the news.
I thought Mamdani was going to take care of that, though. I thought Mamdani, the commie, was going to give everybody health care in New York.
Yeah, well, apparently there's a 9/11 program, and Rudy Giuliani, he wants to get health care from the 9/11 program. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, now, why is it that Donald Trump can't pay for Giuliani's health care, man? Hey, that man put his career on the line. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, there's something wrong with that whole picture, man.
Yeah, there's a number of people that Trump did not invite back into his inner circle in this administration, and Giuliani is surprisingly one of them. Yeah. I mean, I can see like a Steve Bannon, but you get a Giuliani, that guy seems very legit and loyal and just on the up and up. What you see is what you get with Rudy Giuliani, as far as I can tell, you know?
Yeah,
It's odd that he isn't helping him out, especially considering all the billions of dollars his kids are making on those weapon deals with Israel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not. Hey, what was her name? Sidney Powell and Mike Lindell.
The Kraken.
Man, yeah, the Kraken. Hey, man, they went out on a limb for him, man, and it don't seem to me like he's helping them at all, man. I'm looking at him. Hey, but did y'all know here? Not hold on. Hey, did y'all know?
We've got that big event coming up on July. On Flag Day, June 18th, is it? Where we're going to have the UFC fight on the White House lawn. First of all, have you guys seen the renderings of what that stadium will look like out in the? It's so cool. It's so cool.
I haven't.
But let's see if Mike Lindell is there. Let's see. You know, yeah, he's not in his cabinet, but are they cool? Are they going to sit next to each other? Who knows? With Kid Rock?
Maybe.
Yep. Yeah, hey man, hey, they stuff going on in the news.
All right, Willie, what other news do you got?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Somebody on some guy, man, you're confusing me. Hey,
the UFC fight on the White House front lawn.
Yeah, no, hey, I don't know nothing about it, man. Hey, there's this woman. She got on the Carnival Cruise Line, man. Hey, she got drunk. This ain't no lie. She got drunk. They overserved her, and she fell down. Hey, and then she got hurt, and then she sued Carnival Cruise Lines because they overserved her, man.
Isn't that their whole business model?
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah. Hey,
they want people like.
They want everybody drunk by the time it's all said and done with, man. Hey, but did y'all know? Hey, I've been looking at some other stuff too, man. I'm talking about statistics. Hey, I was looking at statistics. Hey, and did you know that on average, man, hey, it takes about 20 seconds to wipe your butt. It takes 27 seconds to go pee and 20 seconds to walk to the bathroom. And there ain't no average for going number two, man. Hi, pooping is depending upon, but they got all kind of different statistics in Guinness Book of World Records. Hey, did y'all know? Here's something y'all didn't know. Y'all probably noted or forgot you noted or whatever, man. Hey, the most snails on the face. There was an 11-year-old kid. He covered his face with 43 snails for 10 seconds, man. That's a world record.
Was he French?
Yep, no, his name was Finn. Finn Kelleher is what his
French
name
kid
was.
At a buffet.
Yep, 43 snails for 10 seconds, man. Hey, they got another record for amount of watermelons on your stomach. Hey, there was 48 watermelons sliced on a person's stomach in 1 minute. The longest ear hair. Hey, and this is what I'm going for, man, because I got an ear hair. It's coming out my ear, and it's right at 6.5 inches right now, man. Hey, I measured it. Hey, this is a world record. Record for hair growing
I
from the
see
center.
Where we're going here. Are you trying to scam the Guinness Book of Records people again?
No, man. Hey, because I want to try to go for some of these records, man.
Well, you got to get that ear hair up on the internet. You know, pictures or it never happened.
Yeah, no, hey, I can put more than 43 snails on my face, man, and I can grow my
I want to
ear
make
hair.
your ear hair famous online.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hey,
put it up to minds.com. I will share it. We'll make that thing famous.
Yeah. Hey, records for hair growing from the center of the ear is 7 inches, man. Hey, if I can do over 7 inches, man, I'm telling you, hey, I can make some money by the time it's said and done with. Hey, but did y'all know?
Was that a cold 7 inches or a warm 7 inches?
Yeah, but I see what you're doing right there, man. Hey, hey, did y'all know? I ain't gonna break this record, man. Hey, but there's a guy who ate. He ate a Cessna. He ate a Cessna 150 aircraft. It took him 2 years to eat it, but he did, man. Hey, not only, hey, I got it right here in front of me. I ain't even gonna lie.
He ate a Cessna airplane. Ate it.
Yeah, it took him 2 years to do it. Hey, y'all look him up, man.
What?
Yeah.
How did that metal feel coming out? That could have been great.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, but this guy was French, man.
Engine, what, a V8? He ate a V8.
Man, I don't know the details of it all, but his name is Mengetout, and they called him Monsieur Mengetout, and that stands for Mr. Eats All. They said his digestive system allowed him to consume 2 pounds of metal per day. So he started. Hey, he's also ate a bunch of shopping carts. He ate 7 TV sets, 6 chandeliers, 2 beds, a pair of skis, and a computer, man. He ate a copy of a textbook. He ate a Cessna 150 light aircraft. He ate a waterbed, too, man. He ate,
he had to wash it down. He needs something to wash all that down.
Well, it's a water bag. You just wash it down with the water in the bed.
That's what I'm saying.
He ate 1,600 feet of steel chain. He ate a coffin with the handles. Hey, y'all can look him up in the Guinness Book of World Records, man.
Are we sure this person is human? Sure it's not a billy goat.
Yeah, no, man. Hey, y'all can look him up. If you don't believe me, man, just look it up, man. Hey, he ate a bunch of razors and bolts and all kind of stuff, man. Hey, and I'm looking at it right now. His name, hey, y'all write it down, man. His name is Michael Lotito. It might be Michelle. It's Michel. Last name is Lotito. Hey, look at him. We might try that, man. See if we can eat I'm gonna eat a pinto. How's that sound?
Sounds very difficult. Sounds difficult.
Really, I will sponsor that on the show here. We will go live every week with you eating like a spark plug or whatever you want to go for, you know?
Yeah, man. Hey, it's going to take at least 2 years to eat a pinto, man.
Well, hey, we got 2 years, man. We've been doing this 8 years. We've got that's a drop in the bucket, man. 2 years is nothing to invest in something this important. As a matter of fact, if you have a spark plug handy, let's bring you back in the next segment and have you eat it live on the air.
Hey, does swallowing it whole count as eating it? That's the question.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
100%. That's the only way you're going to get it down. You're not going to chew it.
Works for a boa constrictor.
I mean, you could take a big sledgehammer or something to it and just crack it up into a million pieces and swallow all that, you know?
Yeah, man.
Like that would like cut you up inside. Like, unless you're like prepared for that.
He's prepared for that.
Yeah, hey, man, anything and everything is possible, man. Hey, hey, Donald Trump, I can't help it, man. It writes itself.
He's a great president, isn't he? You just love him, though, man. You are his biggest fan.
Hey, I love him, man. I can't help it.
He's living in your head.
Hey, Donald Trump, he said, we will impose. We will impose sanctions on China for buying Iranian oil. And China come back and said, look at him. I said, we don't care about we don't care about you. We do not recognize the U.S. sanctions on Iran's oil purchases, and we will not comply with them. We have trade agreements with Iran, and we strongly warn Trump not to interfere in our affairs, man. China don't care. Hey, because that's all we're doing is hurting ourselves. I'm telling you, by the time it's all said and done with, China don't. Hey, I like Trump. I'm telling you, I like the man. He got a lot of great ideas.
No, you're a Hillary Clinton 2028 kind of guy, aren't you?
No, hey, he has saved the United States a whole bunch of money, but it seemed to me like as much money is being saved, it's going out in the United States. He's sitting there with gas, man. Gas prices $4 or $5 a gallon right now. I mean, come on. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I like you, brother, but do better. That's all.
Coming.
That's all I'm saying, man. We got all this money and everything. We being saved by the U.S. aid and all this other Doge programs and everything. But the United States, the average citizen ain't seeing it, man. I'm telling you, that's what folks is after, man. Hey, people want to see their lives better and rent going down and groceries going down. Hey, and it just ain't
go down. Prices never go down.
Hey, that's all I'm saying is that do better. Try not to suck so much. Hey, but I guarantee you Donald Trump is 100% better than anything that Kamala woman had to say or that Biden. Hey, Biden wasn't even really Biden, man. He was robots, man, clones.
At least two of them were clones. At least two of them.
Yeah. Every time you seen Biden talking, you thought it was Biden, but it wasn't really Biden. It was an actor, man. Hey, no, they ought to take that guy. He was paid. Hey, what do you call that? What's that? Actor club? That actor? Oh man, what do they call it?
For men.
No, that. No, that man.
SAG?
Crisis actor group, man. What do you call him?
Okay.
Yeah, that's all he was, man. Huh?
Anyway, folks, we are all out of time.
No, hey, hold
That's
on.
enough of Willie for this week.
Hey.
We're going to go to break, and we'll be back with more from the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show right after these messages about how the Earth is round.
Hey, it's flat Earth, man. Hey.
He got it in. It's flat. No, it's round.
No, it's flat. It's flat Earth.
Don't you see the ice wall?
I couldn't think of the name of that. What is that?
IMDb is what you were probably thinking, right?
No, that crisis group. What they call them? Even Trump has said it. That's what this whole. Oh man, what is that?
Are you talking about the '80s band Tears for Fears?
No, man. It's where they go to hire crisis actors.
Craigslist.
That definitely doesn't sound like The Cure.
You're talking about Craigslist.
Yeah, Craigslist, but there's another term they're throwing out there here lately.
I just searched it. There's actually a group that hires crisis actors called Vision Box Crisis Actors.
That wasn't what Willie was thinking about.
No, it isn't, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
No,
thinking about Hollywood.
Central Casting.
There you go.
That's
Central
it. Central
Intelligence Agency Casting.
Yeah, it's all Central Casting. The whole world is a stage, man. It's all a play. All I can tell any of you is just be happy, man. Life is short. I'm telling you. Every time you turn around, there's something else in the news and something else and something else, and it seems like it's all the time bad news. And sometimes you just need to kind of say, "Hey, you know what? I ain't even gonna worry about it."
Hey, Willie, thanks for the comedy stylings. You were very stylish tonight.
I'm still trying to figure out if he's going to smash a spark plug or just swallow it whole.
Yeah, you want to come back in the next segment, Willie?
I wouldn't be surprised if he smashed it so much that he just made lines out of it and just sniffed it.
or maybe a spark plug clogged up my butthole, and I come back next week and I got poop coming out of my eyeballs.
That'll
sparking out your butt.
That'll be a real charge, right? I hope you don't have bad gas
electroshocked every time you fart.
You could blow up. Well, Willie's not with us this week because what do they call it? Spontaneous combustion killed him.
Willie's biggest problem is he had a full tank of gas when he promised to consume the entire Pinto.
How about he shot Hansel?
Oh my God.
He shot Hansel with a spark plug that came out of his butt. He was naked. He leaned over and he farted and shot Hansel with a spark plug.
Well,
that would hurt.
That's still not as bad as the shotgun when Hansel shot you with the hot dog, the shotgun hot dog.
Yeah, that's when
Willie. Bunny suit.
That was when Willie was in a bunny suit or something.
Yeah, you were in a bunny suit.
You were bending over to hide an egg.
Yeah. Hansel shot Willie in the bunny suit.
Right in the bum.
Hey, Hey, I actually did play the Easter Bunny at the mall up in Fort Wayne, Indiana one year. That's a true story right there.
Wow.
That sounds, pretty entertaining, actually.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah, I would say it would be.
But
30
seconds.
Either way, I appreciate you guys, and
there's only 30 seconds left, man. We gotta I'm in panic mode a little here. Hold on, okay? Stop freaking me out. God, there's like 20 seconds left. 15.
5.
Jesus.
10.
What are we gonna? What?
10.
What are we gonna do?
No, don't go by that. Go by me. All right.
All right. I love everybody
out
there.
Here comes 5, 4,
Bye.
3, 2, 1, and you're back live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night, May 10th, 2026. And Doc, I think we're going to have a good old time convincing Willie to eat his car.
It sounds like it. I think we're right on the verge of convincing him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to get behind this. You know, you with your unlimited checkbook, your crypto money, we should do some stuff here, man. Buy him a smelter so that he can smelt down like his fender in little sections and drink it. Well, I mean, you know, you don't want to drink molten steel, but you get my point, right? Turn it into little teardrops that just go right down.
Yeah, that would help him out quite a bit.
And come right out, mind you.
That's right.
Because he ain't going to digest that. It's all going to end up in the bottom of your latrine. So, good times, man. We need to do that. We need to make it happen. And I don't know, man. I just sense Willie is very anti-Trump lately. Do you get that, too?
Maybe, a little bit. I mean, you know, you could be anti-dumb ideas. That may be what he's anti. Maybe it's just not Trump. Maybe it's just bad press.
Yeah. Now, I have been more willing to kind of support Trump through this war. Brent was asking me about this last week. And, you know, he put me on the spot. And it's, look, I support him for now. We're 30, 60, 70 days into this. And it's been pretty much like off, you know what I mean? For the last kind of couple of weeks, there hasn't been much of anything, you know, no bullets flying, nothing like that. So yeah, we're, you know, 70 days into it versus 2 weeks or 3 weeks at most, which is what I was promised. I'm willing to give him a shot, but we're getting near the end of the rope here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want your opinion on it because you are, you know, much more anti-war than the average person out there.
Well, the situation is that and this is a observation I've made over the years, that in the last probably 10 to 15 years, kinetic warfare has become almost obsolete. It doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. It's just that it fails to achieve the desired goals. There is so much competition now with the ability to produce very quickly things like drones and stuff like that, missiles, rocketry, and everybody has them. It makes war at a kinetic level so much more difficult to achieve any real goal. And I think Trump has an idea in his head that he can force Iran to do something that they don't want to do. And I don't think that is the case anymore in the world that we live in. I think 20 years ago, 25 years ago, if Trump were president and he had done this, could he have forced them to capitulate? Probably. But he is contending with an entirely different world, militarily and information-wise, than what he's, you know, grew up with Iran, like what he politically matured with his ideas. I mean, he's always had the same kind of idea about Iran back since the 70s. So it's, you know, he's still stuck in that view of America as this dominant military force that can use its military to force people to stop doing things. And I think that world is gone. And I think that he's put himself in a really bad spot that, like you said earlier, he can't back himself out of because it would look weak.
Yeah. He has to come out a winner. It's just Trump's mentality. He's not going to come out a loser in this thing. And so no matter what, he's going to paint a picture that makes it look good. And it's not going to be a forever war. We know that. There's no way this is going to drag on to the end of his term. There's no way I think it drags on past, next month. Again, we're 2 months away from the 4th of July. And it is the biggest celebration. I mean, I'm old enough to remember 1976. I was a toddler then. I was very young, but I remember it. I remember, getting my first bicycle was like a Schwinn limited edition banana seat with the red, white, and blue pinstriping. And I mean, car manufacturers made, 1976 special edition red, white, and blue cars. It was a big deal. I don't see 10% of that energy this year. And
I think that's globalism, though. I think that's what happened after the 70s was all of our industry, and along with it, a lot of the patriotic sense of our own well-being, like that, the idea that human beings in America are somehow special, which we are. I'm just going to say I believe that the Western culture is special, but that belief is kind of dissipated with globalism, where we buy all our stuff from China, and we get all this from South America and this other stuff from Europe, and it's not we're not America made, America built, America strong anymore. Where America bought that, and I don't think that translates as well in the pride department.
Yeah, there was a video I remember seeing a number of years back. I think it was the Britisher on YouTube who, he countered the concept that like Europe or, the Caucasian race has no culture, and just showed how preposterous that concept was, and compared it across the board opera, an Italian opera to what they do in China with the, it's like an annoying noise. It's something your neighbor's cat does at 3 a.m. versus like the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. Beethoven, Shakespeare, David, the amazing sculptures and things that exist in Western culture that they just say doesn't exist. England has no culture. Yeah, right. What do you mean England has no culture? They contributed nothing to the arts and society through the years? Nothing? But
my response to those people is always he typed out on a device created by an American and in English. That's always my response to those people. Like the people that say we don't have culture. They say it in English and they type it out on a machine or they say it into a camera that these ideas were conceived by Western people. Our culture developed the thing that you're communicating to me with, and you're telling me that I don't have culture? It's absurd.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. It's shocking how easy people say that.
Yeah, and as much as we like crap on Hollywood, it's Hollywood. E.T., I mean, there's a million movies out there that you could point to that are just breathtaking, just stunning works of art that changed people's lives forever.
No.
Saving Private Ryan, God, I did 2 Spielberg movies there in a row. But you get my point. I need to dive into, what's his name? Weissman? Harvey Weissman? No, what's his name? Harvey?
Weinstein. Weinstein.
Weinstein, yeah. All his movies. It's amazing too, man. If you really watch a lot of like older movies, like anything from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, they're all Weinstein movies.
Yeah.
You know, like
he was the gateway to Hollywood for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. And either way though, Hollywood, as much as we rip on it, has produced magic through the years. Just absolute stunning magic that blew you out of your seats, you know. Jurassic Park. I remember seeing that in the theater like the night it came out and being blown away and just telling everybody, yeah, go see it. Like, go see it on the big screen while you can.
Yeah, Hollywood has spread Western culture to all the corners of the globe.
Oh, yeah.
Same with the music, like you said, the music that Western culture's produced. It's spread all across the globe. I mean, Western culture created the idea that a man alone with his skills was enough. And that led us to colonialism, which, you know, for all the bad things that happened, colonialism was great for the world. It unified the world in trade and actually slowed down the process of the deconstruction of various cultures. Like the China and the West, trading led to an explosion of culture in South America that didn't exist before.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah, colonialism. Wow. We're going down that road, huh? Colonialism is good?
Yes. It was good at the time.
It's a lightning rod, you know, but I could make a case that in a lot of places, colonialism really, really, really helped the people. Where would India be today without, you know, England having ruled over it for as long as they did? You know,
1000 AD still stuck in their caste system.
They've got railroads. It's the same railroad with the same cars and the same everything that England put in there, like, you know, 80 years ago. But They've got them. They wouldn't have it without what, you know, England did for. I mean, again, that's controversial, right? But where would it be?
Well, and this will be even more controversial. But where would African Americans, like true African Americans they didn't come over here after slavery was ended, the ones that their families were brought here against their will, and then we fought for their freedom, and they are now true Americans. Where would they be without colonialism? They wouldn't be Americans.
Wow.
They wouldn't be in the free. They wouldn't be in the freest world.
Peterson on me, aren't you?
Hey, would you rather live in Bantu, South Africa, or would you rather live in America?
I would rather live in America for sure. But
I think if you ask most people in America of any race, they would say that. In fact, 40 million of them came here illegally because they'd rather live here.
I hear you, and I get what you're saying. It's just, you know, I'll let you say it.
It's controversial. I know. I understand. But look, their lives are better. I mean, how many millionaire African Americans are there compared to how many millionaire Africans?
Yeah.
Percentage-wise.
How many studs are just, you know, black dudes are just rolling around Atlanta just owning the place? You know what I mean? Like, it's, I mean, hey, I hear you. You know, they really, if you asked any one of them, you know, hey, as part of reparations, you know, you're going to give your 40 acres and a mule, but it's going to be in Kenya.
Well, most of them would say no. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'll just cash that out real quick for pennies on the dollar, and thank you very much.
Exactly.
Race, all that stuff is, God, I thought we had it behind us. Before Obama, that stuff was just behind us, you know, as a country. It really was.
Yeah, but then we started to figure out the banks were screwing everybody, and they didn't like that very much.
The banks are screwing everybody. How so?
That's what we figured out. We figured out the money printer thing. We crushed racism, and then libertarianism was spreading all over the internet. And even if you didn't think you were a libertarian, you still got behind Ron Paul's message, right? You still there was a big push for Ron Paul on the internet, and everybody was starting to figure out, hey, wait a minute, the guys at the top, the guys that print all the money, they're the ones making everything go this way. What the reason that the money's worthless is because they keep printing more of it. We can't have that. Let's fix Wall Street. You had the Occupy movement, you had the Tea Party, and then all of a sudden, racism bloomed once again.
Mm.
And now we're all divided, and nobody's paying any bit of attention to the fact that we're $40 trillion in debt. And a 25-cent silver piece from 1964 will fill up your car and gas.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, it's the silver in it today would, yeah.
That's what I mean. That's sort of the value of the silver in it.
But 25 cents in 1965 would not have filled your car, to be clear. But the silver today would.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, the melt value of a 25-cent piece from 1964 is enough to fill up a car full of gas right now.
Yeah. Fractional reserve banking is, what you're talking about, where, if I'm a bank and I borrow money from the Fed, I can lend out, I can loan out, let's say I borrow $1 million. I can loan it out to somebody, keep 10%, and then loan it out again to the next bank. So each bank sort of has a layer where they can leverage it back up to the 90% of the original or the preceding loan. If that makes sense.
And now with the way that they changed the reserve requirements, essentially every single item of debt is creating new money. So everything that is bought on debt now is actually creating new dollars in the system. And so when you have a system like that, the people lose. And like I said, we started to figure that out in like 2006, 2007. We started to really figure that out, especially after the housing market crashed in 2008. And people got really upset. And they were like, wait a minute, you guys keep printing the money. And then all of a sudden, racism.
Yeah, it's the Federal Reserve, man, in the Fed, audit the Fed, in the Fed. We're both on the same page with that one. It's the dark monster from Jekyll Island that needs to be reined in, i.e. eliminated, really, and bring that power back to Congress. That's where it belongs. Congress used to have the power to print money. They gave it up to the Federal Reserve, which is really a conglomerate of the largest banks. Who owns the Federal Reserve? All the largest banks in the United States own the Federal Reserve, right? Which is crazy. It's not federal, has nothing to do with the government. It's a group of the largest banks in the world that run the Federal Reserve and decide when to loan out money, when they're going to have another QE, when they're going to raise and lower interest rates. All that good stuff is handled by a board of people that are from the largest banks in the United States. It's a wild, crazy system. It needs to be eliminated, and it needs to be brought back into control. And we need to go back on the gold standard, if we can even do it now. Or maybe, Doc, we go on the Bitcoin standard.
I would love to see us go back to a commodity standard, Bitcoin and gold and silver, all three. Yeah.
And I wouldn't even mind like the GSCI, the Goldman Sachs Commodity Index, kind of sprinkled in there a little bit, Hard assets.
Something that's actually backing the currency instead of each dollar coming into the system through debt with no backing. Something that at least guarantees that if I give you this dollar, I can get a dollar in gold or a dollar in silver, a dollar in Bitcoin. Like that's what we need to make prices go down instead of up all the time. See, a positive economy should deflate. Your money should get more valuable over time. But because we live in a inflationary economy, everything constantly increases.
Yeah, you heard about great grandma putting money in her mattress. You know what I mean? You'd be a fool to stuff your mattress full of your life savings if inflation is at 10% under Joe Biden. Right? Exactly. You're losing 10% every year just sitting on nothing. I mean, again, you can put it in a bank and make 0.25% a year in interest on it. You're kind of the same fool. It's at least a little safer at the bank, maybe, unless you live in Canada and believe in, rights.
Yeah, exactly. But again, I think Bitcoin can get there. I do think actually Bitcoin could replace the dollar system over time. It's just going to take a long time.
Now, let me ask you a question, because we talked about this on the Wednesday show, and I was mentioning that I wish you were there because this was right up your alley with quantum computing, AI, and all of that goes with it. How can Bitcoin be safe and hacker-proof in this environment?
Well, the core blockchain, they already have a working group who's about 4 years into quantum proofing research. So the technology and the encryption exists to counter what quantum does, and they're working on installing that into the Bitcoin blockchain. But will it protect your phone or your hardware wallet or your seed phrase? That's a different story. That's the only place I could see AI and quantum computing really being a concern. But that's going to be a few years away. I mean, we're talking 5 to 10 years before quantum computers can even do assigned tasks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just seems like as secure as it is, at some point it's just going to get rolled over. And again, they've got to be right every time. The hackers only need to be right once to just shed an insane amount of fear through that market, where it just goes limit down. And what is limit down on Bitcoin? Is there a limit?
Oh, yeah. You have entire industries built on the back of crypto right now on Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. I'd say your cheapest energy sources are giving you the cost of about $20,000 to mine one Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably your floor, 20, 30,000. If things go real bad.
Okay. Yeah. Because, with the commodity markets or even the stock market, there's such a thing as limit down. You know what I mean? And some markets it's like 5%, whatever it is, and then boom, they shut it down. You come back tomorrow, you have a night to sleep on it, and we're going to figure out if soybeans or pork bellies or whatever are going to be another 5% down tomorrow. And, it gives everybody a chance to kind of sleep on it. But I don't think there's any safeguards like that built into the crypto markets.
No, it's true free markets. It's not this manipulated Wall Street nonsense. Yeah.
Manipulated Wall Street nonsense.
Yeah. Wall Street is completely controlled. Completely.
Yeah. Crypto, man. You got to love the market, don't you?
It's getting there, though. Like crypto's, if the Clarity Act gets passed, crypto's in real danger of being sucked into TradFi, right into traditional finance. So we're still fighting for freedom. It's a long road.
Mm-hmm. At least they put it into the jurisdiction of the CFTC instead of the stock market, the SEC.
Yeah. I mean, that keeps it from being a currency, though.
Yeah, but it also it keeps it from being an equity, which has insane levels of jurisdiction that apply to it. If it's a commodity, it's like a grain of corn, or it's like a soybean.
But then it can't be used as a currency. If they get it ruled the way they want to, the idea of cryptocurrency goes away, and it becomes just another commodity, which is a proxy for electricity.
Oh, interesting.
See, they don't want you to be able to. They want you to incur a tax event every time you sell Bitcoin. So if you're trying to use it as a currency, most of the current methods require the company at some point has to convert it into cash to use it. And that's a taxable event. And so they're creating a law system that will prevent cryptocurrency from being used as currency.
Oh, interesting. I see where you're going. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, again, like technically, if you're holding a currency like, I don't know, some Zimbabwe, right? And it goes up and you sell it, it's if it triples in value and you've got $1 million of it, then that is a taxable event per se, technically, I guess, right? But no one would treat it like that.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You just say, like, again, Canadian dollars, US dollars, there's, situations where people do business across borders and hold each currency. And, if it goes and fluctuates 5%, 2%, whatever, they don't treat that as a taxable event. It's just, I've got money in Canadian dollars and, oh, good. They're looking, better now.
Yeah. It's a currency swap. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're about out of time. Doc, where can people find you online?
You can always follow me over on X, Rumble, Odyssey, and my favorite, Minds.com, and that's at Doctor with an E 420.
All right. Thanks for joining us again, and happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Other than that, folks, we are out of time. This has been the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, and we will see you on Wednesday night.
Thank you for listening to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. If you've missed any of tonight's show, you can find it and others in our archives. Thanks again, and you can catch us next week for another brand new show.